I'm gonna go get the flashlight because clearly you can see footprints. So it's obvious that some people have been coming through here. And although it is a locked, fenced area where a former gas station used to be, but this is their way into Fran's yard. See, they pop up over here. They get onto a chair that I don't know if you can see it or not. Then they go through, obviously, broken parts in the fence. And for Jim's yard, well, let's see what they got going on to get in his yard. I don't know if you can see anything, because I can't see anything there. Probably here. You can see anything there. See anything in his yard? And how the fence looks there, so it makes it easy for him to get over. I don't know if you can see anything. But I know on the other side of the yard, by the shed, is a way that they can get into the other yard. And through that yard, they can get into the car dealership in the back. And he has an extension cord there to help everybody charge their phones. This is going to sound really messed up, but in the summertime people were actually hiding in these trees. And that is actually a fact. As messed up as that may sound. I actually had some footage of a bunch of branches and stuff hiding or put in on the trees intentionally so that it could be camouflage. Used as camouflage to hide them in the trees. And I'll go show you something. See if there's anything to show you, prove evidence of that they do this kind of thing. Oh yeah, look at that, the shed light is still on. Bet you that they're in there, that they were. Probably have a way out. Well, first off, it's locked, so maybe not. But let's check it out anyway. Yeah, I'll probably have a way to get in the yard from here. Looks like maybe some boards over there could be useful, I know. But then that wouldn't explain why this is locked, right? So who knows? But yeah, you can see. Yeah, there's the car, that horn. That's how they signal sometimes. When they're very low whispering, you probably can't even hear it. Then there's the sound of birds chirping in the middle of the night. But yeah, there's some bushes across the street here where they usually will hide. And then they'll put branches in front of the bushes and stuff for camouflage. So I'm going to go over and see if they actually have that going on right now. Show you what they do. It's messed up. It's a covert operation, so it's not so that nobody knows about it, right? Oh yeah, you can see through the bush there. It's seeing something where that light is. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the distortion in the camera like I do, but there's definitely some kind of activity over there that involves some kind of radiation. Oh, it's jeopardizing the position. I didn't know the flash was going to go off. It's straight across the street. In the bush there in the middle, I've got a thing that detects movement, and it's showing there's somebody right in the middle. I don't know if you can pick up the low whistling that I hear. Oh yeah, there it looks like somebody wearing black right there in the center. You can see a hand. Oh yeah, see a car went by because they're trying to check my location. You can see some skin of the head at the top. Looks like it's hiding behind black and has a black baseball hat. And if you look down, the color of skin, I think it's a hand actually. Pretty good at hiding, camouflaging themselves. So we'll go over there and I'll check it out. I'm going to keep the camera facing that direction so that if anybody moves you can see it. Not very good at videotaping, obviously. Yeah, they're on the move. Yeah, not even picking up now. Oh, they're there. Over here. Lost them. But let me see if I can show you what I mean about. See the trees here? If you're watching, you can see how all of this moves, right? As I say, try to camouflage themselves without putting stuff in front of the places where they hide out. Oh look, there's somebody in here. I'll show you another good spot to get it to hide in it. I've got all kinds of little areas that I figured out around here I used to wonder how they could always get away from me when I was trying to find out where they were. Those little hideouts everywhere in little areas that they take shortcuts to get to different parts of the street. And so let's go check it out. A few years back, there was some strange phenomenon that was happening in this yard. Green light coming from the bushes right here. That actually was like a projector filling up the whole yard with like a fluorescent green light. Now I've come to find that it was probably somebody staging something, some funky light, to make it look like something. I mean, everything's been manipulated. This is all just a game for everybody, including me. Oh, yeah. How handy that is. Must be onto something. Oh, hello. Yes. It's this person. It looks like they're just walking up the street, but probably part of it. Have headphones on. So how's it going? Do you have smoke? Would you have another cigarette? Would you happen to have another cigarette?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Do you live around here?
What's that?
Do you live around here? Do you live around here?
I'm just visiting.
Oh, yeah, because I've never seen you before.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been here for a lot of years. Yeah. What's your name?
Hey?
What's your name?
James.
Hi, James. Where are you from?
I live in England. But
Oh, really, eh?
my mother lives here. I was visiting her.
Oh, where's she?
Over on Heath Avenue.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Where are you?
right here.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So how long are you here for?
another week and a half.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
See me walking around.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's nice meeting you. Bye. Background of most people involved are England or Ireland and German. That's what I've come to find anyway, for the majority. I still follow James just for fun. I have a discerning spirit. I can always tell who's involved and who's not. So let's just go do it for her. A good time. Where did he go? He's only going for a walk. He's a stranger from England. It's what time? Let me see. 10:30 at night. It's raining out, and he's going for a walk. Okay, that's all. He sees me following him. He's just standing at the corner. I'm surprised other people haven't passed me by yet. Probably because they're trying to get into my house now the door's wide open. Oh yeah. And he's still standing there. Yeah, he's crossing the street. Look. He's way up there. Crossing the street. Mother lives on where? Hearth? I don't even know that street. It's possible though. I don't always good with names of streets, but okay, there's somebody else walking out. Like, here they come. Are they gonna come or did they notice me? So let's walk up the street here and take a look around the corner. Oh, somebody's coming in a vehicle. I'm going to hide behind this truck. looking for me. Don't like to see me. It's funny. I like playing these games sometimes. The person over there in that house. They watch me constantly. Always checking everything I do out. Heard the guy from there go into my house. Watched him walk up the street at 4 in the morning, trying to hide because I caught him. His wife was hiding behind the gate right there one day watching me. They're also electronically harassing me from their house. Not sure if that's somebody in the window, if that's a shadow there or not. But I'm sure they have a listening device too, so they probably hear what I'm saying. I was going to say let's go to the other end of the street, see where that person was walking with that vest on. But the car came and I didn't want them to see me because I was trying to find out where I am. Huh. My screen's showing that somebody's in the sky. Well, must be a drone. Anyway, I just seen a light. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Occasionally it would be like a flash of a light. So I've got the camera pointing at the sky in case you're wondering what we're looking at. I see a bunch of distortion. So which means that if they are electronically harassing me from some drone in the sky, they're obviously going after everybody because look at the color of the clouds. And look at the area of them too, right around my house. I don't know if you can notice that, but you can see like how the sky is different color right there, and then you look over here. Let's see if we can see anybody up there. Nice, turn the radio on now. I know about those devices, they've been up for years. Used to hang out with some people in Nanaimo that had them. I'd be driving, and I'd be sitting in my back seat, and I'd have the radio on, and all of a sudden I was like, what the fuck? And then they'd start laughing, they showed me, I said, whoa, oh my goodness, my radio stopped working. People always say, want to know my private information for any reason. Push it up in my brain. But the guy who wants to start his own business, and I went and did all this bloody work for him for proposal for his own business, and I mean, it was a lot of bloody work, and then he doesn't even do it. Fucking. This is so dirty here. It's been up to me over fucking $205.91. Another fucking thing. Almost evening and shit. No moon. My boots crunch on the ice overpass. The woods are still. I have nowhere to go. Then from a dark place, you jump out and throw yourself on my shoulders. You've come back. I will carry you, strange rider. I don't mind eels except as meals. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. Oh, and she never gives out. Oh my God, this is a song. That's funny. I opened it to that. That's really funny. She can kill with a smile. She can wound with her eyes. She can ruin your faith with her casual eyes. And she only reveals what she wants you to see. She hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. She'll lend you to love, she can take you or leave you. She can ask for the truth, but she'll never believe you. And she'll take what you give her as long as it's free. Yes, she steals like a thief, but she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. Oh, and she never gives out, and she never gives in. She just changes her mind. She'll promise you more than the garden of Eden. Then she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. But she'll bring out the best in the worst you can be. Blame it all on yourself, 'cause she's always a woman to me. She's frequently kind and she's suddenly cruel. She can do as she pleases, she's nobody's fool. But she can't be convinced she's earned her degree. And the most she will do is throw shadows at you. But she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. I didn't know they had that song here. That's the last Duchess painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive, I call. The piece, I wonder now. Fray Pudov's hands. Worked busily a day, and there she stands. Wilt please you sit and look at her, I said. Frat Pendelli by design, for never read. Strangers like you, that pictured countenance, the depth and passion of its earnest glance. But to myself they turned, since none puts by the curtain I have drawn for you but I, and seemed as they would ask me if they dared, how such a glance came there. So, not the first word I and she can bring me by. Oh, now look at this one. That song right too. How does it go again? It's late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She puts on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair. And then she asks me, do I look alright? And I say yes. You look wonderful tonight. I know what brought the expression to her face. During one of her sittings, Leo said to her, you know, Mona, you're very intelligent for a woman. Wait, Kate, you skate at such a rate. You leave behind your skating mate. Your splendid speed won't you abate? He's logging far behind you, Kate. He brought you on the skating date. Why, shy affection thus to state. But you on skating concentrate and leave him with a woeful weight pressed on his heart. Oh, what a state a man gets into, how irate. He's bound to be with life and fate. If, when he tries to promulgate his love, the loved one turns to skate far, far ahead to demonstrate superior speed and skill. Oh, hate is sure to come of love, dear Kate. If you treat your skating mate, turn again, Kate, on and simply wait until he comes. Then him berate for catching up so late. For Kate, he knows you're skating great. He's seen your splendid figure eight. He is not here to contemplate your supersonic skating rate. That is not why he made the date. He's anxious to accelerate on how he wants you to for his mate. And don't you want to hear him, Kate? You take my hand and I'm suddenly in a bad movie. It goes on and on and on. Why am I fascinated? We waltz in slow motion through the air stale and aphorisms we need behind endless potted palms. You climb through the wrong windows. Other people are leaving, but I always stay till the end. I paid my money. I want to see what happens. In chance bathtubs, I have to peel you off me in the form of smoke and melted solids. This is a song table. Have to face it. I'm finally an addict. The smell of popcorn and worn plush lingers for weeks. What on the periphery? Around the bell. At 20, stooping round about, I thought the world a miserable place. Truth a trick, faith in doubt, life beauty, less grace. Now at 60, when I see, although the world is worse by far, stops my heart in ecstasy. God, the wonders that there are. Two roads divided in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as far, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and won it where. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads divided in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Pretty good. If you don't mind happiness not always being so very much fun, if you don't mind a touch of hell now and then, just when everything is fine, because even in heaven they don't sing all the time. The world is a beautiful place to be born into, if you don't mind some people dying all the time, or maybe only starving some of the time, which isn't half so bad if it isn't you. Oh, the world is a beautiful place to be born into, if you don't mind, or much mind, a few dead minds in the higher places, or a bomb or two now and then in the upturned faces, or such other improprieties as our name brand society is prey to with its men of distinction and its men of eviction and its priests and other patrolmen and its various strategies and congressional investigations and other constipations that our fool flesh is heir to. Yes, the world is the best place of all for a lot of such things as making the fun scene and making the love scene and making the sad scene and singing love songs and having inspirations and walking around looking at everything and smelling flowers and goosing statues and even thinking and kissing people and making babies and wearing pants and waving hats and dancing and going swimming in rivers on picnics in the middle of the summer and just generally living it up. Yes, but then right in the middle of it comes the smiling mortician. That's funny. We may never pass this way again. Life, so they say, is but a game, and don't let it slip away. Hey, this might be something good to play. Here's the game. Love, like the autumn sun, should be dying, but is only just begun. Like the twilight in the road up ahead, they don't see just where we're going. All the secrets in the universe whisper in our ears, and all the years will come and go and take us up, always up. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. We may never pass this way again. Dreams, so they say, are for the fools, and they let them drift away. Peace, like the silent dove, should be flying, but it's only just begun. It's only just begun. Like Columbus in the olden days, we must gather all our courage, sail our ship out to the open sea, but it's only just begun. Whatever. A decree by any other name. We thought that we would never see a suit to compensate a tree, a suit whose claim in tort is precedence too small for me to read. Alligator pie, alligator pie, alligator pie. If I don't get some, I think I'm going to die. Give away the green grass, give away the sky, but don't give away my alligator pie. Alligator stew, alligator stew. If I don't get some, I don't know what I'll do. Give away my furry hat, give away my shoe, but don't give away my alligator stew. Alligator soup, alligator soup. If I don't get some, I think I'm going to poop. Give away my hockey stick, give away my hoop, but don't give away my alligator soup. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rain, water, beside the white chickens. At dawn, I squat on the garage with snuff under a lip. To sweeten the roofing nails, my shoes and pant cuffs are wet and with dew. In the orchard, the peach trees sway with the loud weight of birds, green fruit, yellow haze, and my hammer. The cold head taps, then swings its first full arc. The sound echoes against the barn, muffled in the loft, and out of the other side, then lost in the noise of the birds as they burst from the trees. The day dark with rain, young leaves snuggling to open. You too have your tears. Autumn morning wind and the wind geese calling out, knife edge of the sky. Ice storm, the hill, a pyramid of black crystal, down with the cars, slide like phosphorescent beetles, while I, walking backwards in obedience to the wind, am possessed of the fearful knowledge my compatriots share, but almost never utter. This is a country where a man can die, simply from being caught outside. Canadian January night. Hey diddle diddle, the psychic spittle. The bleep jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun and died the following June. Never heard it that way before. Little Miss Muffet crouched on a tuffet, collecting her shell-shocked wits. There dropped from a glitter an H-bomb beside her, which frightened Miss Muffet to bits. That's a good one. I chopped down the house that you had been saving to live in next summer. I'm sorry, but it was morning, and I had nothing to do, and it was wooden, beams were so inviting. We laughed at the hollyhocks together, and then I swayed them with lie. Forgive me, I simply do not know what I'm doing. I gave away the money that you had been saving too. Live on for the next 10 years. The man who asked for it was shabby, and the firm match wind on the porch was so juicy and cold. Last evening we went dancing and I broke your leg. Forgive me, I was clumsy and I want it you here in the wards where I am the doctor. Little Jack Horner, Dickory Dickory Dock. Baba Black Sheep, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mary had a little lamb. The tiger stopping by woods. Okay. Don't know how that's cozy. There was a young man of Quebec who was frozen in snow to his neck. When asked, "Are you Fritz?" he replied, "Yes, I is, but we don't call this cold in Quebec." There was a young man in South Bay making fireworks one summer day. He dropped his cigar in the gunpowder jar. There was a young man of South Bay. A poet from Winnipeg, man, wrote verses that never would scan. When asked why this was, he replied, "Well, because I always try to fit in as many words as to a line as I can." First the green sign, 1 kilometer to go, and then the corporate limit sign, upside down and full of bullet holes. Next, a little church empty and white against the dark green grass and tall trees. On the main street, a small boy pedals past vacant lots towards the railroad station, where a lone man unloads boxes from a gray pickup truck. The corner garage is closed down. An old car sits next to the empty pumps. Dark houses, dust-covered, are hidden behind bushy hedges. Neat the curling ring's foundations, an old man walks slowly alone. Suddenly, the noon siren rings, and a lone black dog in the ditch by the graveyard lifts his head and howls. Some abandoned city in Canada. What passing bells for those who die as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the sluttering rifles' rapid rattle. Or whatever. Who is the he? There is no silence upon earth or under the earth like the silence under the sea. No cries announcing birth. No sounds declaring death. There is silence when the milt is laid on the spawn in the weeds and fungus on the rack clefts. And silence in the growth and struggle for life. The bonnetos pounce upon the mackerel and themselves caught by the barricades. The sharks kill the barracudas, and the great mollusses rend the sharks, and all noiselessly. Though swift by the action and final the conflict, the drama is silent. There is no fury upon the earth like the fury under the sea. For growl and cough and snarl are the tokens of spendthrifts who know not the ultimate economy of rage. Moreover, the pace of the blood is too fast. But under the waves, the blood is slugged and has the same temperature as that of the sea. There's something pre-reptilian about a silent kill. Two men may end their hostilities just under their battle cries. The devil take you, says one. I'll see you in hell first, says the other. And these... and that's it. All right. Would you shut up and listen? And no, I don't know why any dish pan away with the spoon. Would you just shut up? Vertigo is my territory, man. Only another movement, another shift. In the arrangement of shadows beneath my shadow, angular, thick-boned, cumbersome, and bad meat. I do not trouble him or the larger kind, whatever. Dear Auntie May, last week after the news, I sent off some express letters. I sent them to the human error. My father was always out in the garage, building a shiny wire ring of wing that carved and flew along the edge of a blue air in that streamed and sunlit room. Since feeling is first, who pays any attention to the syntax of things, will never wholly kiss you. Wholly to be a fool while spring is in the world. My blood approves, and kisses are a better fate than wisdom. Really. My little house must think it queer to step without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there's some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Turning and turning in the windering gride, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosened upon the world. The blunt dim tide is loosened, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack of conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming, hardly are those words out, when a vast image out of spiritus mound troubles any sight somewhere in sand of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitchless as the sun, is moving its slow thighs, while all about it, real shadow of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were veered to nightmare by a racking cradle, and what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches between Bethlehem to be born. Yeah. This is Sam, the man, Spencer again, back for another 55 fantastic minutes. Well, the news was, or ladies and ladies, I had one sick fella on the phone. wanted me to play that John R. Cash song. How high's the water, Mama? 5 feet high and rising, with the crust still to hit River Park. We'll have none of that. No, siree. It's golden oldies all weekend. How about those golden oldies? The best of early 50s rock, taking you back to where it all began. But first, a public service message. On behalf of all the guys at EMO, police stay off the telephones, at least whenever possible. Our man at SaskTel reports lines burning up. They can hardly handle the load. Guess everybody's phoning to see how high the water is. So you take it to heart out there in Radioland. Now let's get it on again with the hot songs from the cool 50s. If you've got a favorite, give us a call right here at the Key to the World's Breadbasket, CKCB in Moose Jaw. Yeah. The Indian warriors, all brown photographs of battlefields, bleached altars telling with soft wooden words how the eagle scares over the skull of the snake, how the thunder of bison will crack the earth like clay, how the scales of the dragon are sown as corn and grow tall in the hearts of the brave. They color their faces with earth war paint. They wait in the snow outside their tents for dawn to creep from under their claw of the night. They went into battle armed with the curse of mad shaman. They crumbled as the birch falls in a fire of feathers and screaming ponies. Oh, that's kind of sad. If you wander far enough, you will come to it, and when you get there, they will give you a place to sit. For yourself only, in a nice chair, and all the friends will be there with smiles on their faces, and will likewise all have faces. Where is there? Who cares? It's taking some time to go. First Cats asleep, fat and walk thin. Cats when they sleep, slump. When they wake, pull in. And where's Plumpy been? There's skin. Cats walk thin. Cats wait in a lump. Jump in a streak. Cats when they jump are sleek as a grape, slipping in skin. They have technique. Oh, cats don't creak. They sneak. Cats sleep fast. They spread comfort beneath them, like a good mat, as if they picked a place, and then sat. You walk around one as if he were the city hall. After that, if male, a cat is apt to sing on a major scale. This concert is for everybody. This is wholesale. For a baton, he wields a tail. He is also found when happy to resound with an enclosed and private sound. A cat condenses. He pulls in his tail to go under bridges, and himself to go under fences. Cats fit in any size box or kit. And if a large pumpkin grew under one, he could arch over it. When everybody else is just ready to go out, the cat is just ready to come in. He's not where he's been. Cat sleeps fat and walks in. Really. In early September, yellow light as snow was falling, and he was alone, returning from woodcutting, plans of putting up wood for a long winter. In the blizzard, without warning, he crossed the silver-chopped trail. Old sow and cubs, and she charged out of that swirling light, tearing him. In the snow, he woke up later, thus surmised from the signs found, and she again, feeding nearby, was on him, but seeing no threat, allowed him passage of a kind under a tree, where he stuffed his sash, a style he wore, into the hole in his side. Terrible wound in that cold, and there he died. In September, fading colors, riding home, 3 bears, the fatal number, changed the horse which threw him hard on the drowned timber, breaking pelvis and thigh bones. Out cold for a time, and coming to, he carved handholds of sharp stakes and crawled a mile to his cabin. Piling boxes one on the other to the intervals of the consciousness, he reached the phone, which happened to be working as they saved him that time. Now he drinks beer in Edson, lives in the old folks' home, and they say around the ruin of that old cabin there's a bottle of rum he buried in the roots of an old spruce, but I never could find it. 3 weeks passed, and no one's voice but the whiskey jack's mockery round the cabin. I charged my shirt and rode to Moosehorn Lakes, but the campground was empty. Indian paintbrush flowers covered the trail, as if rust burst forth in blooms, lulling the scene. I think of Andy Skonowski baiting a hook when the orchards flower together. There once was a giant bear who followed people for his prey. He was so big he swallowed them whole. Then they smothered to death inside him if they hadn't already died of fright. Either the bear attacked them on the run, or if they crawled into a cave where he could not squeeze his enormous body in, he stabbed them with his whiskers like toothpicks, drawing them out one by one and gulped them down. No one knew what to do until a wise man went out and let the bear swallow him, sliding right down his throat into a big, dark, hot, slimy stomach. And once inside there, he took his knife and simply cut it open, killing him, of course. He carved a door in the bear's belly and threw out those who hadn't been eaten before, and then he stepped out himself and went home to get help with the butchering. Everyone lived on bear meat for a long time. That's the way it goes. Monster one minute, food the next. I like that. Monster one minute, food the next. Yeah. I like the way that person thinks. I like this stuff. Snake. A snake came to me, or to my water trowel on a hot, hot day, and in pajamas for the heat, to drink there. In the deep, strange, scented shade of the great, dark carob tree, I came down the steps with my pitcher, and must stand and wait, for there he was at the trowel before me. Yeah, She's always, I'm gonna do that again. She can kill with a smile, she can wound with her eyes, she can ruin your faith with her casual eyes, and she only reveals what she wants you to see. She hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. She'll lead you to love, she can take you or leave you. She can ask for the truth, but she'll never believe you. And she'll take what you give as long as it's free. Yeah, she feels like a thief, but she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. Oh, and she never gives out, and she never gives in. She just changes her mind. She'll promise you more than the Garden of Eden. Then she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. But she'll bring out the best and the worst you can be. Blame it all on yourself, cause she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait, she wants to get oh, she never gives me, and she never gives out. She just changes her mind. She's frequently kind and suddenly cruel. She can do as she pleases, she's nobody's fool. But she can't be convicted, she's earned her degree. And the most she will do is throw shadows at you, but she's always a woman to me. It's true, too. The most I'll do is throw shadows at you, and I will. You know what that means? Throwing shadows at somebody? That means giving them a taste of their own medicine. That means that whatever you do to me is going to come back to you tenfold. So, have fun. These are large days on the prairie. I'm going to keep this book. I'm never going to get rid of any of these books. What? Okay, I guess we don't have to do this. This is such a good book too. It's old. Back in the day, it was actually worth only $4.95 Canadian. But it's old and it's in mint condition and it's Moby Dick. I think I can just keep it for reading. I think I like it. And then we got Sherlock Holmes. The treasury of Sherlock Holmes, and such a beautiful cover. Gold pages. Such a beautiful book. So I want to get rid of it. No, I have to keep it. This is such a Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. Oh, such a good book. How much is this one? It's probably worth it. I don't have a price on it, do I? 1976. It's mint. Just do it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Okay, all these books. I'm going to get one of these. Now I got. Anybody that's a Stephen King fan? Like, is anybody out there like Stephen King? Just tell me now, because I'll tell you all these books. Like this one here itself, Hearts in Atlantis, is, I'll tell you how much I paid for this one. This one's like a lot of money. Canadian, it was $40, $39.95. Hardcover, Stephen King, Hearts in Atlantis. Then I got Stephen King, The Dark Half. Another one, hardcover. This one here, Canadian, was $27.96. Okay, and I've got Stephen King, 4 Past Midnight, another hardcover. This one here was Canadian, $29.95, $30. Okay, so then we got Stephen King, Skeleton Crew, another hardcover. This one here cost, doesn't have the price on it, but you can guarantee that it at least was $25. So there you go. Another one. Oh no, not Stephen King. But this one is Stephen King, another hardcover, The Stand. This one doesn't have a price on it either, but it was also probably like at least $25. So within 4 books, I've got over $100. Okay. I also got Stephen King right here. Oh, okay. This one is a paperback, but it is mint condition, Wizard and Glass. It's a brand new book. This one here, Canadian, $25. Okay, it's mint condition. Okay, now another one, Stephen King. The Dark Tower, another paperback, but also brand new, mint condition. This one here, don't know what price was of this, but probably about the same, at least $25. I think this one was more. And actually, it's got a little tiny little rip right here on the side, so it's not exactly fixed up. And we got all kinds. Well, no, actually, I just got this one. And these all. Okay, so then I got. And I got a small paperback of Gerald's Game, Stephen King. And this one was worth, let me see, what am I talking about? You guys don't read. Duh. They're all a bunch of fucking stupid idiotic criminals. The only training that you've ever taken is how to gang stalk or fucking electronically harass somebody. I bet you're lucky to even pass that. That shit, they have to give everybody a passing mark because really, they can't get really smart, intelligent people to do that kind of job. What was I thinking? Didn't like that, huh? I heard the whisper. That's what I was doing. I was trying to provoke you at work. That's just so fucking easy. Why would I bring up about the books in the first place? Anyway, I'm selling these books, but if I take them to the bookstore, they're going to cost more than what they would if I sold them right now. Going once, going twice. Anybody got, let's see, I'll start at $30 for like $200 almost worth of books. Stephen King collection. And they're worth money. Anybody that's a book reader knows that. $30. $30 on yours right now before it changes from mine. I know you're out there, so you might as well just give in for a minute. Not like I'm going to do anything about it. You got $30 and have the book. It's not like I probably don't already know who you are unless you're from a town and you've got some new people on my ass. Anyways, anybody like Dean Koontz? Because I got him too. These are really, I like him better than Stephen King. By the Light of the Moon. That was an awesome book. Oh, I don't want to get rid of all my books, but I have no choice. I don't know what the price of this one was, but I think it was about $20. The hardcover. The Bad Place, Dean Koontz, a hardcover, really nice book. This one here was $26, $25.95 Canadian. Oh, I forgot the Stephen King right here. I got The Dead Zone. But it doesn't have the paper cover part on the hardcover. But I was like a nice thing. That Dean Koontz, I got. Oh, this is cute. The Door to December, By the Light of the Moon, in a small cover paperback. The Fun House. I only got 5. Okay. That's a normal with this book. A Rose for Her Grave. Yeah, I've got all these bestseller books too. Anyway, Gone to the Grave. Or Drawn to the Grave. I didn't read this one. I don't think I might have. Yeah, I think I read this one because it looks like I did. I think I did. I'm looking at it and I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember it. It's called Necessity. Oh. This one. It says, Madeline Seven had to go as far as she could to escape the awesome power of her handsome, wealthy, twisted husband. She had to flee her marriage, disappear, assume a new name, create a new identity, build a new life. But her husband still held the trump card. And in their life and death battle of hide and seek, he still had Madeline's baby daughter. And to get her back, Madeline had to mastermind the kidnapping of her own child. In a terrifying chase across the country and back that only a desperate mother would dare. Necessity. Interesting. That is pretty good. Pretty much not any novels left, do I? I got 3 of them all before. I got some old ones. And then time to finish the game. This is a new historical study of Lewis Gibbs. This is one of the most glorious exploits of the first Elizabethan age. Sir Francis Drake's famous voyage. Whole and whole globe of the earth. The dragon, whatever. I don't know about it. Lost Hills, found a good one. Hitler Report, The Search of the Big Bang Theory. These ones are different. Actually, you brought me $30 for those books. You can have them, and then I'll let you just leave. If you don't pack it, I'll let you go. You should know that. But if I ever see you on the street again, I'll have you know what your face looks like, and I'll probably attack you then. Those are worth all the Stephen King books. I probably won't see you again anyways, not around here. If I ever did. Good for me, bad for you. These are good books too. Oh well, I have no choice but to order them. The Wasteland. That's a good one. That's a good one. That was Stephen King. Yeah, stick that in there too. Stick that in Stephen King's in here. Somebody coming to get the book? Or the books? Yeah. Supermarket Super Gardens. An aisle-by-aisle guide to growing a lush lawn, a gorgeous garden, using baby powder, dental floss, milk, pantyhose, and more. I wonder who would like this book. Huh. Betcha. I know who. There's that one too. These ones are old. Me, a Mary Kangaroo.